Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of UOCTV, the show for the students by the students. I'm a brand new presenter, Charlotte Bowman.
I'm sadly not a brand new presenter, but still fun to introduce.
We have a brilliant show lined up for you today.
We do indeed, Charlotte, so I would say, shall we have a look at what's on today's show?
We have a look at what happened when UOCTV's Paul Kemp went down to the turning on of the Carlisle Christmas lights.
I interviewed Phil Maddock, a guest lecturer who came to the university to talk about visual effects.
One of our very own students, Kieran Cooper, hosts his own stand-up show and he is in the studio to talk about it.
And finally, James and Chris give us their opinion about the news of a new Star Wars trilogy in this week's edition of We Like Films.
We have such a busy show today, so I think we best get started and switch on those Christmas lights.
Yes, and Paul Kemp went down to the city centre for the annual switch on, and there was a very, very special guest as well because X Factor's very own Jamie Archer came down to Carlisle and made the city a bit brighter.
So let's press the button and switch on those lights.
As all of you are probably aware, Christmas is coming and you can tell by all these beautiful decorations and the lights being turned on just in a few minutes' time. But the bigwigs at UOCTV know that I'm a bit of a scrooge, so they sent me down here to see if I enjoy the lights being turned on. I think it's a bit cheesy, but let's see what happens anyway. That is that. The lights are on. Everybody had a really good time. I even got to meet Santa, and he gave me one of those CGI bells that you see in the film Polar Express starring Tom Hanks. He's a lovely fellow. Anyway, I'm going to go buy one of those plastic swords that has nothing to do with Christmas. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you later.
Well, the lights are well and truly on and it is certainly feeling very Christmassy.
It certainly does. And you know, Charlotte, thinking about that, there are loads and loads of famous people who come and visit the university. I mean, there was Jamie Archer, then there was, there's Finn Street, and there was that other guy who did something. What was his name?
Yes, and we managed to get an interview with Phil Maddock, a guest lecturer who works in the visual effects industry.
Yes, and he worked on films like Dread, Total Recall, and the 3D conversion of Star Wars Episode 1, so I was really, really excited when I actually met him.
I work in the visual effects industry for a company that mostly does feature film work. Got a huge list of names and addresses, 80 odd, and sent my stuff to all of them and sift through the responses, and somebody wanted me to go and do some work for them. We did Total Recall this year. We're doing robot work for that. We did Snow White Mirror Mirror this year. Men in Black 3 from our VUD department, which is our stereo department. They've done lots and lots of work this year for various films. Really good stuff is getting to take control of a project or your little part of a project and getting to work with people and that sort of thing. You know, it's always good when you get more and more responsibility. I don't know, sort of the 3 a.m. stuff, that's part and parcel of it. The working very, very late sort of thing, that's pretty bad. But it's sort of part of the game, really. So get work experience just wherever you can. Just like you call up, we get a big list of people, like literally hundreds of people, hundreds of places, and just call them up and go, can I come and hold a boom for a week or something? I'll work for free. Can I come and work in your smoke or your edit for an afternoon for free?
Now, we all like a bit of a laugh, but no one more than the university's very own Kieran Cooper.
Yes, because he created his very own stand-up comedy show. And he's here in the studio today to talk to us, so please give a very warm welcome to Kieran Cooper.
But first, let's see how he got on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Kieran Cooper.
Yeah, it's 1 of 11. Whoa. And then there's a pause. And I get this look, which translates into, so, Catholic? And no, none of my family is Catholic. My mum just absolutely loves, and she won't have to. And I swear to God, it looked like an orphanage. And I got scared. And I used to think, are these my real parents? Nobody else has this many children. My family are even ginger. Funny until I had a cardiac arrest. It's a heart attack. It's a heart attack. This is heart attack!
So, let's find out a bit more about Kieran. First of all, how did the show go?
I think it went well. When I stepped on stage, I saw everyone stood there, and it was just amazing to see everyone come for me. It was, I can't describe it, it was really good.
How did you get into stand-up comedy?
The stand-up comedians, on TV or whatnot, they make it look so easy. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. Why not? What's the worst that can happen?
So with the university, the Performing Arts Department's an original season, did that give you an opportunity to create your own show?
Absolutely. Because original season, you can do whatever you want. You can act, direct, sing, whatever, basically. So I thought I'll use this opportunity to do something that I really want to do.
What would you say is the most important thing about a stand-up comedian?
You're going to have confidence. To get on that stage is just, it's quite brave in itself. But I guess you have to have something wrong with you. If you think about all the stand-up comedians, Alan Carr has his teeth and his camp. I have, I'm ginger, I've got 1 of 11, family. And we have these issues and these problems, and I guess we kind of just use comedy as a way to deal with that.
How do you prepare for a stand-up show?
Personally, I drink lots and lots of water, go to the toilet a lot, and you kind of run over your material, not too much, but just know that it's there. And I'm just trying to pump myself up a little bit.
So what are your future plans? Do you want to continue doing stand-up comedy, or...?
It will always be there. If it pops up and I'm an opportunity to do it again, I will, because I love doing stand-up.
So you said that you started doing it as you were at university. So if you've just kind of started doing this and within a year you've managed to get your own gig and own material, what advice would you give to people who are maybe a bit nervous about starting it or wanting to start it up?
If you make fun of yourself, people will know you're not too serious. So have a few gags, to make at yourself, and then just write about stuff and then once you start building that, you get onto different subjects, you'll get more confident.
So last night you had the extra pressure of being marked as well, as trying to impress an audience and make them laugh. So did that add to the pressure, or...? In
the dress run and before, I was so terrified. It was horrible. But once I got on there, onto the stage, and I saw everyone looking at me, I was terrified, and I thought, right, I'm gonna do this once. So I took a moment just to kind of calm down, and then I just went for it and just had fun. I kind of forgot about being marked. I just kind of went for it, and hopefully that will pay off and show, my passion and just, yeah.
Thank you very much for being in the show today, and good luck with your future and good luck with doing stand-up comedy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Now, in other news, Disney has acquired Lucasfilms, which is the company that stands behind the mega Star Wars franchise.
Yes, they are, and details have emerged of a new Star Wars trilogy.
Yes, so we decided we hand that subject over to our regular film buffs, Chris and James.
That's right. It's time for We Like Films.
Hello, I'm Chris McGeorge.
And I am James Norfolk.
And we do indeed like films.
This week we are not talking to you about a film we have seen.
We're talking about the news that Disney has bought Lucasfilm and have plans for a new Star Wars trilogy. The news that sort of Disney's bought Lucasfilm, the first thing I thought was Spider-Man and Jar Jar Binks together.
Why Jar Jar Binks? Why would you put that character in like that?
Spider-Man versus Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks would win just by the sheer value that he does something that fucks it up, that makes him... That's how his character operates. He's pure chaos. He's worse than the Joker.
I'm just thinking Marvel, Star Wars.
Star Wars crossover. No, don't. Let's not even suggest that. That's monster. If someone hears that and does it...
Doctor Doom versus Darth Vader.
I'm a Star Wars fan, but I don't like A New Hope and I don't like Return of the Jedi.
So you're an Empire fan.
I'm an Empire Strikes Back fan. I think every other Star Wars movie, apart from Empire Strikes Back, is quite bad. Because George Lucas loves puppets more than any normal human being should love puppets. But I'm not worried about a 7, 8 and 9. I think with Disney in charge, they could do something good.
You know, there is things going on with Star Wars that aren't terrible.
I just worry that they'll make Star Wars has the whole expanded universe stuff where once the film's finished, George Lucas opened it up for writers and graphic novel artists and things just to expand the universe. And if you have time, a few hours in fact to waste, go onto Wikipedia and read any of the expanded universe. I'm prepared to lose your mind.
So, yeah, that was We Like Films today.
Bye!
And sadly, that's all the time we have today on UOCTV.
Unfortunately so, but you can always remember to like, subscribe or follow us on Facebook and Twitter and just hashtag UOCTV.
Yes, and if you want to get involved into UOCTV, either on the technical side, so operating cameras, directing your own VT, coming up with ideas for future VTs, or on the presenting side, so if you enjoy being in front of the camera, becoming one of the presenting team, because it is a lot of fun, please contact us. The details shall be below.
Now I'm off to enjoy those Christmas lights.
And I'm off to enjoy a glass of champagne in the bath. But always remember, please drink responsibly.
Goodbye everyone.
Goodbye.